Once upon a time, in a small village called Umwakpa, there lived a man named Namdi. Namdi was known for his kindness and hard work. He had a beautiful wife named Chinyere, who was admired by many for her cooking skills and gentle nature. One day, Namdi had to travel to a neighboring village for a meeting with other men from Umwakpa. He told Chinyere he would be back in a few days and left her with their little daughter, Ada. While Namdi was away, some of the men in Umwakpa began to visit Chinyere's house more often. They would bring gifts and chat with her, saying they wanted to keep her company in Namdi's absence. Chinyere, being a polite woman, welcomed them into her home. Little did she know that some of these men had other intentions. They started telling her stories about how strong and handsome they were, trying to impress her. One day, while Chinyere was fetching water from the stream, she overheard two women gossiping about how some men from Umuwakpa were trying to win her heart while Namdi was away. She felt confused and hurt. Why would these men try to cheat on her husband? Chinyere decided to keep to herself and avoid the men who came to visit. She focused on taking care of Ada and the household chores, but the visits didn't stop. Meanwhile, Namdi returned earlier than expected and was surprised to see some of his friends spending time at his house. When he asked why they were there, they stuttered and looked uncomfortable. Namdi sensed something was wrong. He decided to observe quietly for a few days without revealing he was back. He noticed how some men acted differently around Chinyere when they thought he wasn't around. One evening, Namdi confronted Chinyere gently. He asked her if anything had happened while he was away. Chinyere hesitated at first, but then tearfully told him about the visits and the gossip she had heard. Namdi was furious, not at Chinyere, but at the men who had betrayed his trust. He thanked Chinyere for her honesty and assured her that he believed her. Together, they decided to confront the men and set things straight. Namdi and Chinyere waited for the next visit from the men. Sure enough, a few days later, one of them arrived with a gift of fruits for Chinyere. Namdi calmly welcomed him inside. As they sat down, Namdi spoke firmly but calmly. "I've heard about your visits here, and I know what you've been saying to my wife." The man's face turned pale as he stammered, trying to explain himself. Chinyere stood beside Namdi, her expression resolute yet saddened. "I trusted you as friends of my husband. Why would you try to come between us?" she asked quietly, her voice trembling with hurt. The man and the others who were involved began to apologize, some trying to justify their actions while others hung their heads in shame. Namdi listened carefully, his heart heavy with disappointment. These were men he had known for years, men he had trusted. After a long discussion, Namdi made it clear that such behavior would not be tolerated. He asked them to leave and not to come back unless they were willing to apologize to Chinyere sincerely and promise to respect their marriage. As the men left, Chinyere felt a mix of emotions, relief that Namdi believed her and stood by her side, but also sadness that their trust had been betrayed. Namdi held her close, comforting her as they talked late into the night about what had happened and how they would move forward as a couple. The next day, word spread through Umuwakpa about what had transpired. Some villagers were shocked, while others praised Namdi for his integrity and loyalty to his wife. But the story didn't end there. The challenge for Namdi and Chinyere was to rebuild trust, not just between themselves, but also with their neighbors. It would take time, but they were determined to show that their love was stronger than gossip and betrayal. And so, in the village of Umwakpa, the tale of how men in the village cheated on my wife became a lesson about trust, loyalty, and the strength of a marriage tested by adversity. In the days that followed, Namdi and Chinyere faced a mixed reaction from the villagers. Some admired their courage to confront the issue openly, while others whispered behind their backs, casting doubt and spreading rumors. Namdi continued to support Chinyere, ensuring she felt secure and loved despite the gossip. They attended village gatherings together, showing unity and resilience. Slowly, some villagers began to see their strength as a couple and started to respect them even more. However, there were still challenges. Some of the men who had been involved in trying to woo Chinyere felt ashamed and avoided Namdi's gaze. Others, however, approached him privately, seeking forgiveness and expressing regret for their actions. Namdi listened to each one carefully, weighing their sincerity before deciding how to respond. Meanwhile, Chinyere found solace in her daily routines, taking care of Ada, cooking meals for her family, and helping neighbors with their chores. Her resilience impressed many in Umwakpa, and soon, she became a source of advice and comfort for other women facing similar challenges. As weeks passed, Namdi and Chinyere noticed a change in the atmosphere of Umwakpa. The gossip about their marriage subsided, replaced by admiration for their determination to overcome adversity together. Some villagers began to emulate their example, strengthening their own marriages and relationships within the community. Yet, the couple knew that trust, once broken, took time to fully rebuild. They remained vigilant, supporting each other through moments of doubt and continuing to communicate openly about their feelings. One evening, as they sat together under the starlit sky outside their home, Namdi took Chinyere's hand and whispered, "We've come a long way, my love. Through it all, I've never doubted our bond." Chinyere smiled softly, her eyes reflecting the flickering light of the fire nearby. "Nor have I, Namdi. We've shown Umokpa that love can endure, no matter the challenges." Their journey was far from over, but as they gazed at the village around them, filled with the sounds of children playing and neighbors chatting, Namdi and Chinyere knew they had weathered the storm together. Their love had grown stronger, forged in the fire of adversity. As life settled into a new normal in Umuakpa, Namdi and Chinyere found themselves gradually regaining trust with their neighbors. The initial tension began to ease as more villagers witnessed their unwavering commitment to each other. One afternoon, Namdi received an unexpected visitor at his compound. It was Ize, an elder in Umuakpa known for his wisdom and fairness. Ize had heard about the situation and wanted to speak with Namdi privately. They sat under the shade of a large mango tree, the breeze gently rustling the leaves. Ize began. "Namdi, I've known you since you were a young boy. Your father was a man of honor, and you've shown the same qualities. What happened with Chinyere has troubled many of us." Namdi nodded respectfully, his eyes focused on Ize. "I understand, elder. It has been a trying time for us." Ize sighed deeply, his expression grave yet compassionate. "I've spoken with some of the men involved. Some regret their actions deeply, others less so. But what matters now is how we move forward as a community." Namdi listened intently, grateful for Ize's willingness to address the issue directly. "Chinyere and I are committed to rebuilding trust, not just for ourselves, but for the sake of our village," he replied earnestly. Ize nodded thoughtfully. "Trust is fragile, Namdi. It takes time to mend, but it can be rebuilt with honesty and humility. Your actions have spoken volumes about your character and your love for Chinyere." As they talked, Namdi felt a weight lifting off his shoulders. Ize's words reassured him that they were on the right path, despite the challenges they had faced. That evening, Namdi shared his conversation with Ize with Chinyere. She smiled warmly, touched by the support they were receiving from the village elders. "We're not alone in this, Namdi. Together, we'll continue to show everyone that our love is stronger than any gossip." In the weeks that followed, Namdi and Chinyere remained steadfast in their commitment to each other and their community. They participated in village celebrations, volunteered for community projects, and continued to be role models for others. The story of "Men in the Village Cheated on My Wife" had evolved into a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the power of love. In Umwakpa, Namdi and Chinyere's bond grew stronger with each passing day, a testament to their unwavering faith in each other. As months turned into years, Namdi and Chinyere's bond deepened even further. They welcomed another child into their family, a son named Obina, who brought them immense joy and strengthened their resolve to protect their marriage. In Umuakpa, the story of "Men in the Village Cheated on My Wife" became a tale of redemption and unity. The villagers admired Namdi and Chinyere not just for their love, but for their resilience in the face of adversity. The men who had once caused trouble sought forgiveness, and over time, earned back the trust of their community through acts of kindness and humility. The moral of their story resonated throughout Umuakpa and beyond. Trust is fragile, but with honesty, forgiveness, and a commitment to love, it can be rebuilt stronger than before. Namdi and Chinyere's journey taught everyone that gossip and jealousy only weaken bonds, while true love and mutual respect can withstand any challenge. As they grew old together, Namdi and Chinyere remained pillars of strength in Umuakpa, their love inspiring generations to come. Their story became a reminder that in every village and community, the values of trust, loyalty, and forgiveness are the foundations upon which lasting happiness is built. And so, in the hearts of those who heard their tale, Namdi and Chinyere's legacy lived on, a testament to the enduring power of love and the resilience of the human spirit.